When they say the truth always comes to light, believe them, because this sure didn't age well. Let's get into it. How Blake Lively helped Brandon Sklenar land the housemaid role, according to director Paul Feig. Yikes, that's not going to go well in court. And neither is this.
Blake had just worked with Brandon on It Ends With Us, and she was still in the middle of shooting and all that stuff when we were doing Simple Favor. They were doing reshoots. And she was like, I'm working with this guy, and he's so amazing. Brandon, you got to meet Brandon. I was like, all right. Like, and then so finally we were casting this. I was like, all right, I'll have lunch with Brandon. He walks in within 30 seconds. I'm like jelly, like, oh, okay, you're like the most charismatic, guy you've ever met in your life, and so talented. So,
not sure if you caught it, but he admitted that all of this happened while Blake was still working on It Ends With Us. So while she's in the middle of recruiting everyone from the cast to basically take her side of, hey, I'm in the right here, Justin did this to me, coincidentally, everyone that's on her side is getting something out of this. It's just a coincidence. They know that something did happen, but that's also why they're silent now, because they know that something did happen.
I think Ryan is incredibly romantic. By the way he wines and dines me.
Oh, the way Ryan wines and dines him. I wonder what they talked about. Could it be this?
He signed on to WME, the talent agency that Blake and Ryan have that dropped Justin. Like the movie Brandon stars in. And guess who's producing it? Universal Pictures. Which again connects back to Ryan.
The backbone in the room with us. Brandon is going to have a really hard time justifying all of this, because what are you telling me? You were a part of all Blake's unfollowing party, but now you're not even going to say her name. But then come to find out you got 2 movies from them. That's interesting. Maybe one thing is a coincidence, but when you add everything together, no. Speaking of coincidences, they just keep stacking up. Isabella, for example, she just happened to get a role for one episode in a Paramount original, Evil. Paramount. Who has a deal with Paramount? Ryan. Yeah, and you know what's also interesting? The character she played was an astrology girl. One of the content creators that Blake and Ryan went after in the whole subpoena gate was an astrology girl. Eerily similar. And what a coincidence. Jenny and Alex Sachs are working together in a new movie called Carousel. What?
I'm constantly waiting for someone to tell me to stop.
The level of fakery going on is lively, because you're telling me that all of these people originally were like, yes, I support Blake, I'm going to unfollow Justin. And then they got the perks of what it was to be on Team Blake. And then now, crickets. Total crickets. Where are they? I can't find them. They're saying that if we want them part of the court case, it's harassment. Interesting how that plays out. If I knew that someone actually got SH, SA, anything, I'm going to stand up for them. I'm going to say something. I'm going to scream it from the rooftop. I don't care who it upsets. But these people, they're like, I can't say anything. And how is Brandon going to argue with Paul? He's going to say, oh no, it was Sydney Sydney is the one that wanted to hire me. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney, it was her, not Blake. Well, Paul said it was Blake, and how she went on and on and on and on about you. So he finally caved. I think that's how it goes with Ryan too. He calls people and goes on and on and on until they cave. At this point, scratch making a movie about this case. You're going to have to make a TV show. How many seasons do you guys think it would be? 10, 12, 13? I don't know. But what do you guys think of all of this? As always, this is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt and follow me for more.